Alright guys, it's Infantry Wolf here. Just thought I'd do an everyday carry update video. Starting off, my Glock 19. That's what I'm carrying right now. Let's go ahead and clear the firearm because it is loaded. Like it should be, especially for a carry firearm. But yeah, so Glock 19. Great little firearm. Really nothing but good stuff to say about it. I'm not a Glock fanboy though. I am actually a huge 1911 enthusiast. Also own plenty of Smith & Wessons, Springfields, SIGs are some of my favorite too, and own plenty of them. But this is what I choose to carry. I just shoot it really well. It feels really good in my hand. This is the Gen 4 model, so it's the changed up, and I'm not putting any of the extra back straps on it. I just like the standard grip on that. For me, it just feels really good, and I can shoot it really good. So, and it's so streamlined. Okay, there's just minimal things for this to be worrying about. You know, you don't have to worry about any safeties. Okay, you just pull this thing out and you shoot. Of course, with any carry, you should have some sights, some good night sights on it. These are XS big dot sights, the 24/7 one, so it's the tritium in the front and the rear. Really great sights. You got that huge golf ball at the front. You can get a really quick bead on whatever you need to. Really enjoy these sights. Besides that, I just have a 3.5 pound trigger connector in here. Just do that to all my Glocks. Just helps that Glock trigger just a little bit for super cheap. And just a laser engraved American flag plate on the back, just reminded me of the IR flags we got for deployment. So alright, in the Glock I'm carrying Spear Gold Dot plus P. Just good little round, good FBI standards, it just works. So I'm carrying, of course, full mag in the gun, plus 1 in the chamber for 16, and then a second mag. Okay. Carrying that firearm in right now an Alien Gear holster. This is the Gen 2. Really like this holster. It's really good holsters. For the money, these things are awesome. Have nothing but good stuff to say about them, especially since I've owned a lot of high dollar holsters, and this thing at a quarter of the price sometimes is, why not go with this? But, you know, to each his own. But yeah, I really like the way that rides, to be honest. I don't even know I'm wearing it a lot of times, and I conceal it really well, and I'm not a big guy. I'm only 5'10", 170 pounds right now. Little bigger than I want to be, but that's just because recovering from being wounded. But yeah, I mean, by no means a big guy, and this thing, I have no problem concealing this. Moving along, of course, with that, you're going to want a good belt. Okay, this is just an LBT belt. If any of you guys are in the military, especially infantry, you probably know about these. You get these at the tactical stores on base or whatnot. You know, sometimes off base. U.S. Patriot, I think, was the ones we always had where I was stationed. But just good nylon belt. It's pretty good thickness to it. Good sturdy. This one I've had for year and a half now. Deployments, training, it's held up great. Alright, this thing is a good belt for cheap too. I want to say this was 18 bucks. It's got, I really like the system on it. Okay, you can tighten this down super easy for a wide tourniquet if you need to. And you know, if you civilians are doing any tactical shit, you got your loop there if you want to try to rappel off something, or who knows what you guys are gonna do, or just put your key lanyard on there, I guess. But belt is really important. Got my wallet. Just had this wallet for about 10 years now, so probably gonna need to replace it at some point, but it's held up good. I just keep way too much stuff in it, so that's the only problem with that. Moving along, one thing I think is really important, it's a good flashlight. Okay, this is just a Streamlight ProTac HL USB. It's the rechargeable ProTac HL. Good little flashlight. Okay, you're not gonna break the bank on this, but it's not some cheap Walmart one either. Okay, I want to I want to say they can retail. I've seen them retail sadly of around 200, but you should be able to pick them up for around 100 if you look. But a good little flashlight. It's waterproof, shock resistant, you know, all the good stuff. 850 lumens, strobe. You know, this thing is bright. It's gonna be good. It's a good workhorse flashlight. It's a little big. Okay, there's smaller options. You're gonna lose some looms, but or you know, and I'm not saying get Streamlight is the be all, you know, best flashlight out there, because they're definitely not. And I have Surefires. I love my Surefires. They're just expensive, okay? And you know, I have them on my weapons right now, and this is just, you know, what I'm trying out right now, and I have nothing but good stuff to say about this light, especially for the price. So the other light that I'll carry occasionally, and these are really awesome little lights. This is just an Olight S10R baton. It's their rechargeable one. This thing is awesome, okay? You got 400 lumens, strobe, all the good stuff with this, and it's such a small package. This is 2.8 inches, I believe. Yeah, 2.8 inches. That's ridiculous. You can just throw this in your pocket. You know, there's no excuse not to have this on you. So that's a nice little flashlight to have. Super light. Oh, this one too. Water. I want to say this is up to a meter. Waterproof. You know, it works. Shock resistance. All the good stuff. Great little lights. Plus, these I want to say are like 50 bucks. So wow, good deal. Alright, moving along. Knives. I think it's always good to have a knife on you. Now this is just a CRKT M1614 SFG. Goodness, that is a mouthful. This is just what I'm carrying right now. I really like this knife. I have some really good high dollar knives. I have some zero tolerance. I love my Benchmades. But this is just what I like right now. I think mainly I've been through a lot with this knife. Deployments, training, I've just used it a lot. So it's more of like a sentimental factor. But at the same time, this is a good little knife, okay? It's not some cheapo Walmart knife. It works really well. It keeps real sharp. Use it for everything, okay? Knives are good for just about anything. I don't really carry this as a defensive measure. That's what I carry my firearm for. You could use this in a defensive situation, but let's be honest, if you're carrying a firearm and you're down to your knife in a defensive situation, oh man, you are in some deep shit, my friend. But, you know, it is an option. But more importantly, you can make tools with this. You can, you know, use it as a screwdriver if you had to. There's just so many uses for this. Plus, especially right now, with it being Christmas time, you're getting Amazon packages all day long. You know, you don't have to be searching through the cupboard or whatever. You just pull out this, slice them open, see what crazy things Amazon's bringing you. So, good little knife. Watch. I like having a watch. I know it's not really super necessary anymore. Everybody's got their smartphones and whatnot, and you got your time on there. But I like having a dedicated watch for time. This is the G-Shock Protection. I've had this watch since 2012, and it's been through a lot with me. You know, here it is, the very end of 2015. Been through all my I remember when exactly I picked this up. This was bought in July of 2012 when I graduated from Fort Benning, Georgia, Infantry Basic Training, Sand Hill. Picked this up at the PX there. And had it ever since. Worn it every day ever since, basically. Been through all my training, deployments. In fact, it's still got all my... I haven't even washed it or whatever. It's got Afghan dirt all over it from when I got hurt in Afghanistan in a helicopter. So it's kind of another one of those sentimental things for me, but it's also damn useful to have. Just be able to check. It gives you your date and your time, the day of the week. Just a good watch. Nothing but good stuff to say about them. With that, of course, got your cell phone. Everybody has a cell phone nowadays. We practically live off these things, which is sad, but I'm one to blame for that too. I spend way too much time probably on this stupid thing, but Sadly, just how it is now. But they're extremely useful to have, okay? You need to get in touch with somebody, you need to get in touch with 911, who knows, or, you know, you Google something, you know, you just, so nice to have. So, of course, carry my cell phone. It's just a Galaxy S5, nothing special. On Verizon? Yeah, Verizon. Alright, nextly we have... Alright, well, let's go back. So, firearms. This is what I used to carry before I went to the Glock 26 that I traded for my 19 Gen 4. This is just an XDS Springfield 9mm. Go ahead and show you that one is empty. I was just cleaning it. This is actually my wife's everyday carry now. It's moved on to her. It's a good little firearm, good single stack. But that's what I was showing you earlier, is a crossbreed holster. Why buy? For me, it's just, and I have 3 of these for different firearms. Yeah, 3 total. You know, one for a SIG, 1911, all sorts of different stuff. But why spend that money and buy one of these when I can just get one of these for a quarter of the price now? So that's, I have nothing bad to say about them. That's just where it is now. Alright. Moving along, something I like to do. Not a lot of other carry videos I see have this stuff, but medical supplies I think is extremely important. Okay, as a combat infantryman, it's very useful to have this kind of stuff. Most, you know, sadly, in most fights, okay, it's not a perfect world. You're not just gonna, if for some reason you ever are in a fight, you know, I hope to never have to be in a fight again, but if you are, more than likely, you know, the bad guy's not going to be the only one hurt. Yourself is going to get hurt, you know, someone you care about, innocent bystanders, who knows. Sorry about that, the camera cut out on me. But what I was saying is having some medical supplies on you at all times is extremely important. Now this is just what I carry on my person. I actually have a full trauma bag in my car and then another one in my truck. But this is just some basic, mainly set up around a gunshot wound items. So as you can see right here, this is a cat tourniquet. We carry these all the time in the military on deployments. It's already preloaded for a leg because you can just cinch it down tighter. And then I got a rubber band around it, so I mean just a thin rubber band though. You can just rip that sucker off real quick if you need to. These are awesome. I'm looking for something a little thinner though. Okay, this is a little big to wear sometimes when you're wearing jeans, have in your pocket, but it's useful. You know, if you're ever gonna in a situation where you need one of these, you're gonna wish you had one. Okay, most deaths are caused by hemorrhaging. Okay, and it only takes a few minutes to bleed out. I've seen it firsthand. So having something like this that can stop the bleeding, or at least give you some time until, you know, EMTs with more medical supplies and can get to you, is extremely important. So with that, I have this little aid bag that I set up out of a I don't even know what it is, drinking, I don't know, something about drinking Anheuser-Busch bag that I was given at one point. In the front pouch, just got some Band-Aids, of course, why not? But more importantly, it's some antibiotic wipes, okay? Got about 2 of those in there, wipe down whatever I need to. And then in the main pouch, I've got some gloves. Okay, you never know who you're going to be working on. Some tape wrapped around a cut-up credit card, medical tape. Awesome way to really slim down the profile of this stuff. Of course, with the tape, the whole reason I have it in there is I got a couple, I'll just take out a couple, but I got about 4 gauze packets in there, okay? And to go with that, I got a tampon for when I'm having that time of the month. No, but really, any combat infantryman that's been around medics or had any good combat life-saving courses should know what these are for. Alright, these are amazing to use for gunshot wounds, okay? You can get some 3D depth down into that wound. Instead of just trying to shove all your gauze down in that wound, you take this tampon and you can shove it down in that wound, get some 3D depth on it, and then start packing your gauze over top, okay? Every medic I've ever known has carried a bunch of these in his bag, and I've seen them used firsthand. They're pretty good little, nifty little items to have. Also, you know, a little bonus tip, you have a killer nosebleed or something, Boom, pop this sucker up your nose, good to go. So I keep all that medical supplies with me. And then coming down the list, I guess last but not least, keys. Got this big lanyard on it right now. Not necessary, of course, but got my car keys. I got my truck keys, my house keys, all the good stuff. But more importantly, why I brought this out is this right here, a gym membership. All right, you should get one. Get to the gym, get in shape. All right, I've seen too many people that want to be tactical, but you know, shit really hit the fan. All right, they'd be out of breath by the time they ran, you know, 100 meters or something. All right. Okay, being in shape is extremely important. It's just as important as carrying all this. Alright, and this is coming from a guy that has his L1 and L4 broken, shattered in his lower back a year ago. Alright, I have 4 bulging discs. I have, let's see, I had a compound fracture of my right tib and fib, okay, coming out of my leg, exposed bone. And then I broke my right arm in 6 spots. Okay, I was in a helo that went down in Afghanistan on May 28th. So if I can get back into the gym after all that, now granted, it took me a lot of therapy. I'm still going through a lot in recovery, but alright, I'm not giving up. So get in the gym, get yourself in shape, do something. And finally, just one other thing I carry all the time with me. See if I can get it on camera. If any of you guys are in the military, you probably know what this is. Especially in the infantry, these are pretty popular, sadly. This is a KIA bracelet. This is I wear this one for my best friend I lost on my last deployment. Private First Class Jacob Wickstra from Colorado. He was an awesome guy. The world lost a great guy that day on May 28th, 2014. So I wear this every day for him. Combat infantry badge in our unit, 4th ID. So yeah, like I said, it's sad that these are so popular in the military, but especially in the infantry. It's just our line of work though. But till Valhalla, brother. And for all of you guys out there, remember, you know, every day make that commitment to carry your firearm, and hopefully maybe from this video you'll start considering carrying medical supplies. Okay? Because like I said, most of the time when you get into a fight, you're not going to come out of that unscathed. Alright, so this is Infantry Wolf signing off. Have a good day.